Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Moga here, where today we're going to be talking about some of the most deadliest, infamous and powerful tornadoes in US history. Obviously, as many of you know about the Tri-State tornado, here we go. Just go over here and just listen to this. Just listen to this article.
Tri-State Tornado of 1925. Tri-State Tornado of 1925, also called Great Tri-State Tornado, the deadliest in U.S. history, that traveled from southeastern Missouri through southern Illinois and into southwestern Indiana on March 18, 1925. The storm completely destroyed a number of towns and caused 695 deaths. The tornado materialized about 1 p.m. local time in Ellington, Missouri. It caught the town's residents by surprise, as the weather forecast had been normal. To prevent panic among the public, tornado forecasting was not practiced at the time, and even the word tornado had been banned from U.S. weather forecasts since the late 19th century. The storm moved quickly to the northeast, speeding through the Missouri towns of Annapolis, Beale, and Frona and killing 11 people before crossing the Mississippi River into southern Illinois, where it virtually destroyed the towns of Gorham, DeSoto, and Murfreesboro, among others. Murfreesboro was the hardest hit area in the tornado's path, with 234 fatalities. After killing more than 600 people in Illinois, the tornado crossed the Wabash River into Indiana, where it demolished the towns of Griffin, Owensville, and Princeton and devastated about 85 farms in between. Having taken 71 lives in Indiana, the storm dissipated about 4:30 p.m. approximately 3 miles, 5 kilometers, southwest of Petersburg. With winds of roughly 300 miles, 480 kilometers per hour, which would classify it as an EF5 tornado in the enhanced Fujita scale, the tornado lasted 3.5 hours and traveled 219 miles, 352 kilometers, setting records for both duration and distance. Its width of up to 1 mile, 1.6 kilometers, average speed of almost 62 miles, 100 kilometers per hour, and peak speed of 73 miles, 117 kilometers per hour also make it one of the largest and fastest tornadoes in U.S. history. In addition to the 695 casualties, there were more than 2,000 injured survivors, as well as thousands who were left homeless and without food. Fires, looting, and theft in the tornado's aftermath exacerbated its effects.
Thank you for listening there. That's just a little bit about the Tri-State tornado. So, here's some images. Look at this. Unbelievable. Homes just completely demolished. And just to show you how deadly this was, here's some On March 18th, 1925, a great tri-state tornado tore across southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and southwest Indiana. With its rapid movement and monstrous size and long track, the tornado took hundreds of lives and injured thousands. By all means, the tri-state tornado was a rare event, an event that few people will ever experience in their lifetime. To give you an idea of this tornado's magnitude, this section is devoted to a list of incredible statistics on the tornado. 3 states affected: Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. 13 counties affected, including Missouri, Reynolds, Missouri, Iron, Missouri, Madison, Missouri, Bollinger, Missouri, and Perry, Missouri. Illinois, Jackson, Williamson, Illinois, Franklin, Illinois, Hamilton, Illinois, and White, Illinois. Indiana included Pussy, Indiana, Gibson, Indiana, and Pike, Indiana. 19 communities affected, including Ellington, Missouri, Redford, Missouri, Ledana, Missouri, Annapolis, Missouri, Cornwall, Missouri, Beale, Missouri, and Frona, Missouri. Gorham, Illinois, Murfreesboro, Illinois, DeSoto, Illinois, Hertzbusch, Illinois, Ziegler, Illinois, West Frankfort, Illinois, 18, Illinois, Parrish, Illinois, Crossville, Illinois, Griffin, Indiana, Owensville, Indiana, and Princeton, Indiana. Had a 219-mile path length, 3/4 mile on average path width, with some accounts of 1 mile a record width at the time. 3.5 hours of continuous devastation. 1:01 p.m. tornado touchdown 3 miles north-northwest of Ellington, Missouri. .4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. tornado dissipated about 3 miles southwest of Pittsburgh, Indiana. North 69 degrees east. North 69 degrees east, heading maintained 483 of the 290 miles. 62 miles an hour, 62 miles per hour average speed, 73 miles per hour record speed between Gorham and Murfreesboro. F5 tornado on a Fujita scale, with winds perhaps in excess of 300 miles an hour. 28.87 feet lowest pressure measured on a barograph trace at the old Ben coal mine in West Frankfort, Illinois. 695 deaths, a record for a single tornado. 234 deaths in Murfreesboro, a record for a single community from such a disaster. 33 deaths at the DeSoto School, a record for such a storm. Only bombings and gas explosions have taken higher school tolls. 2,027 injuries, 15,000 homes were destroyed. This monster of a tornado completely uprooted trees, completely demolished well-built homes, and even swept houses and slabs off their foundations. Here's what a no. This tornado would leave not even this behind, not even foundations behind. Slabs completely swept clean. Houses and debris would reportedly be tossed up to over 100 miles away. And that was in 1925. Later on, in 1955, he had come across the Blackwell tornado. The day started stormy on Wednesday, May 25th, 1955, between 8:30 and 9:30 and 9 a.m. CDT, Central Daylight Time. A thunderstorm produced damaging winds in Kay County, where eyewitnesses estimated winds of 70 to 80 miles per hour near Brumman, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, this was a small taste of what the day would bring for some residents of north central Oklahoma. These morning storms moved out of the area and the weakened. But additional storms developed in the afternoon and produced a significant tornado outbreak across the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma and Kansas. The first significant tornado of the day, rated F4, developed northwest of Wellington, Texas, and moved into western Oklahoma, killing 2 people southwest of Cheyenne, Oklahoma. Over the next few hours, nearly 20 tornadoes were reported in Oklahoma, near Mayfield, Kingfisher, Camargo, and Deer Creek, as storms moved northeast across the state. At about 6:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time, radar detected a new storm developing very close to Oklahoma City, moving north. The storm moved north and produced the initial tornado touchdown about 8 miles west of Maryland around 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It caused some light damage as it moved almost due north into Kay County. The tornado passed to the east and northeast of Tonkawa and destroyed a few homes, while the storm also produced a baseball-sized hail in Tonkawa. The tornado continued north and moved through the east side of Blackwell, causing complete destruction in much of the east side of the town. 19 people were killed in Blackwell, as well as one person in the northeast of Blackwell. The tornado passed east of Brumman, then turned to the northwest and dissipated to the southeast of South Haven, Kansas, as shown in tornado track map for central North Oklahoma and south central Kansas. As this storm passed to the east of Brumman, another tornado developed about 4 miles north of Peckham that moved into Kansas and eventually killed 80 people in and near Udall, Kansas. Both the Blackwell tornado and Udall, Kansas tornadoes were rated F5. Although the Udall tornado produced minimal damage in Oklahoma, the tornado struck Blackwell at 9:72 p.m. Central Daylight Time and destroyed the east side of town. Approximately 80 blocks in the town were damaged or destroyed. The Blackwell Journal-Tribune newspaper conducted a building-by-building survey across the east side of town, listing approximately 85 homes and buildings as damaged but occupied. About 70 homes and buildings as having extensive damage but repairable, and about 190 homes and buildings as completely destroyed. The information from this extensive building-by-building survey was smoothed and used to create damage intensity map of the tornado as it moved through Blackwell. Here's the first tornado. Moves directly up north and then turns to the northwest. As you can see, this one completely wiped out the east side of the Blackwell city. And then up here is the most unusual tornado I've actually ever seen. This tornado moves up, goes as if it's heading towards northwest, but then turns towards northeast, does a sharp turn towards northwest, and then turns back towards northeast, narrowly missing Oxford and also narrowly missing Arkansas City and Winfield, and eventually it straightens up towards the Udall area, completely wipes out Udall, and then out of nowhere just turns northeast, and then just dissipates over open field. Now, what's unusual about these tornadoes is that all tornadoes, as you may know, move from west to the east, or sometimes even west to northeast. These two tornadoes, however, were exceptionally rare. These two tornadoes were starting off moving towards the north, and then either go the complete opposite direction of everyone where they would normally be. The width of complete destruction was likely much more extensive at the southern limits of the city, as there would be little to block the force of the wind. Almost everything between D Street and F Street was completely destroyed, and over half of the fatalities in the city of Blackwell were within a block of E Street. Two of Blackwell's major industries, the Hazel Atlas glass plant and the Acme foundry, were completely destroyed, and another was extensively damaged. The Riverside Osteopathic Hospital on the East College Street suffered extensive damage, and doctors there laboured for hours under candlelight and flashlight, and didn't quit until they were certain that all patients were in position to be moved to another hospital. According to the Blackwell Journal Tribune, a large number of police officers were already in the area that evening, attending a meeting of the Northern Oklahoma Southern Kansas Peace Officers Association that evening. To make matters worse, heavy rain that continued after the tornado hampered rescue work that evening, and caused Chicaskia River to flow out of its banks into some low sections of towns the following day, and 4 other tornadoes were reported in Kay and Grant counties on the evening of May 27th. Just 2 days after the Blackwell disaster. Fortunately, this time these weak tornadoes stayed in the north of Blackwell and caused no injuries. When the warnings were sounded about this storm, quote, "It was not necessary to tell the people twice to get to a cellar," according to the newspaper account. One eyewitness in Blackwell had an interesting visual observation of the tornado. Floyd Montgomery lived 9 blocks west of the main path of the tornado, and submitted his account to Weatherwise magazine in June 1956. Mr. Montgomery describes as he looked to the east from the door of his storm cellar as the tornado moved. As the tornado moved through Blackwell, he described a fire up near the top of the funnel and looked like a child's 4th of July pinwheel. The light was so intense I had to look away, he describes. He describes the light as the same colour as an electric arc welder, but much brighter, and it seemed to be turning to the right like a beacon lamp on a lighthouse. That's just a little bit of his record. So, those of you who don't know what a 4th of July pinwheel looks like, here we go. Here's what a pinwheel looks like. What everyone else calls windmills. And a electric arc welder. Is like this, but brighter. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed today's video so far, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.